early partnerships. This is the fifth chapter of building a franchise business, Footy Nippers, with one of my best mates. Early on, we realized something really important is that you cannot build a business like this alone, especially in the world of franchising. Franchising requires more than this. Here's a website, I'm going to create a product and I'm going to sell it. Ultimately, franchising is about making sure that you tick the legals, you systemize, you make sure you're very clear in your offering and that it's something that someone can easily pick up and run. But if you want to get to traction, revenue, and scale, partnerships help accelerate that process. So I'd break it down into two different areas. So you've got a personal partnership. So for Footy Nippers, first and foremost, the personal partnership is between Troy and myself. So we're two founders coming together, both highly complementary skills, but Troy has walked the walk from an ex-professional player to one of the world's most established youth rugby coaches to partnering with also one of the world's most iconic rugby brands in Mizuno. That credibility matters, that experience matters, and having someone who's lived the problem you're solving changes everything.
Go back to where I started. I saw my first academy contract when I was 16 years old, did that for 3 years, and then went on to my first professional contract at 20 years old. So back in New Zealand, I was with Counties Manukau, the Chiefs, and then launched over to Europe. We played in Ireland for Connacht, Glasgow, Zebre, and then I finished up in Italy. Now, professional sport, it's, requires a lot of discipline, respect, resilience. You need to be on your game 24/7, not just on the game on the field, but when you're playing, training as well. So your training, that comes into the times when you're at home, eating the right food, make sure you're doing your analysis on the game. So it is a 24/7 job, right? You need to be on your game all the time. And little things like if your preparation wasn't right throughout the week, that can really down your confidence to perform on the field. Right. A lot of clubs want to keep you on the squad or your contracts, depending on your performance. Now, in saying that as well, if you're a hard trainer and you do everything right and you obviously didn't quite perform on the field, they'll still keep you because you have that work ethic.
Now, then we shift and you need to think more about business partnerships. So at the same time, we're starting to build early business partnerships so that we might not have traction, but because we're building towards it, we also might be able to add value to other businesses who are trying to do similar things in their specific field. So right now, when we're talking about Footy Nippers, we're thinking about the world's largest rugby academies. How do we team up with them? Thought leaders in youth movement and physical development space, apparel partners to help get our kit, also digital platforms and partner platforms that can help us accelerate our traction and learning. Each partnership serves a different purpose, and most importantly, the value of it has to go in both directions. If there's only one side receiving the value, it's not going to work. So the lesson of the week, a lot of people think partnerships come after traction. That's wrong. Partnerships often exist to help you gain traction. If there's a shared belief, there's aligned values, there's a clear win-win. Early partnerships can make the difference. Also, a lot of times people go, they won't want to work with me. I've had that before. I've had that feeling, but we're in the business of hustle. So if you don't ask, you don't get. And in startup land, hustling is what is also going to help get you to success in that short amount of time.